There's always been discussions in the media amongst Black men, more specifically Black comedians, needing to wear dresses to obtain fame, and it is usually about how emasculating it is and how it helped their career or harmed it if they refused. Another issue that I rarely see addressed when it comes to this is how these men and Hollywood also play the role in pushing the stereotype of the ghetto, loud, and sometimes fat Black woman. Now, before I explain why, I'll start from the beginning. In Hollywood, men have been dressing as women since 1914. Charlie Chaplin was the first man in film to do this, and from then on, cross-gender acting in Hollywood was born. Now, to segue into the racial aspect, for comparison purposes, I'm going to name a few white male actors who have dressed and or played as women in film. A good number of these types of movies with white male actors were about something that needed to be obtained or learned. Usually, a character transformation happened. For example, Robin Williams as Daniel Hilliard in Mrs. Doubtfire. He's an unreliable father and husband, and his wife files for divorce and gets sole custody of their 3 kids, and he can only get shared custody if he finds a steady job. His wife puts out an ad looking for a housekeeper, and he poses as Mrs. Doubtfire, and throughout the journey of him as Mrs. Doubtfire, he becomes a better father and husband. Next, Dustin Hoffman as Michael Dorsey in Tootsie. He's a respected actor but can't find any roles because he's difficult to work with. Michael finds out about an audition for a female role and in desperation impersonates a woman and auditions as Dorothy Michaels. He achieves success in the industry acting as his new female persona, and by the end, he successfully changes his reputation and finds love. Not all of these types of movies played by white male actors are well written or cinematic, like Adam Sandler in Jack and Jill as Jack Saddlestein and his fraternal twin sister Jill Saddlestein. It's not an award-winning movie or anything. Well, I mean, it was nominated for 12 Razzies and won 10, so I guess it technically is award-winning. But Adam Sandler has always been known for his one-dimensional characters and being goofy in his movies. I specifically added Adam Sandler in this video because even the most corniest and goofiest movie where a white female persona is played by a white man still doesn't come off as disturbing as this. So noticing a big difference in these female personas played by men from different races has me questioning if there's a deeper meaning behind these movies and what is it saying about Black women. Now, before I get into Black male actors and their movies, I want to take some time to quickly go over minstrel shows and some of the origins of the negative Black female stereotypes. Minstrel shows were created in the early 19th century and consisted of comic skits, variety acts, dancing, and music performances. They were performed mostly by white people in blackface who wore shoe polish or grease paint to darken their faces. They also exaggerated their lips and wore raggedy clothes, all for the purpose of impersonating Black people.
How would you like to go to work for me?
Yes, ma'am. How much you gonna pay me, I hope?
Well, let's see now. I'll pay you all your work.
No, ma'am.
Their performances intentionally depicted Black people as superstitious, lazy, hypersexual, thieves, and ignorant. At a point, Black people did minstrel shows too, but unfortunately, they were never as successful as the white people who did it. A few of the negative Black female stereotypes included the mammy. She was usually overweight, obedient, dark-skinned, and she was a caregiving maternal figure who loved her white family. One actress known for playing various mammy roles was Hattie McDaniel, and she won an Academy Award for her role in Gone with the Wind. Next, the sapphire. She is described as strong, masculine, and or aggressive. Associate Professor of Psychology Carolyn West says that the angry Black woman is a variety of the sapphire type. Similar to the sapphire stereotype, the angry Black woman is sassy, ill-mannered, and ill-tempered by nature. Alright, so now that we got that little history lesson out the way, let's move on. Comedian Flip Wilson was the first Black man to incorporate a female persona in his act for a big audience. He played Geraldine Jones, a sassy, liberated, and flirtatious Southern woman. On Wikipedia, she is described as poorly educated but confident and strong-minded. And according to Flip Wilson, he created this character to relate more to women without putting them down. He wanted Geraldine to be strong, proud, and honest. A few of these caricatures can be seen in movies and shows like Norbit with Eddie Murphy as Respucia, In Living Color with Jamie Foxx as Ugly Wanda, and TV show Martin with Martin Lawrence as Shanae, and Big Mama's House 1, 2, and 3 with Martin Lawrence as Big Mama, and the Medea movies played by Tyler Perry. So in Norbit, there is no real purpose for this female persona. She practically terrorizes Norbit throughout the movie. Respucia fits into the sapphire stereotype. On Wikipedia, Respucia is described as a morbidly obese, sadistic, tyrannical woman who is Norbit's abusive wife. The movie is obviously only supposed to be for jokes. Nothing is obtained and a real character transformation doesn't happen compared to Mrs. Doubtfire and Tootsie. This movie can be put in the same category as Adam Sandler, but there is a clear visual difference in what is used to achieve these laughs. Next, Martin Lawrence as Big Mama. Big Mama fits into the mammy stereotype. In the first movie, FBI agent Malcolm Turner goes undercover as Hattie Mae Pierce, better known as Big Mama. And honestly, I don't think the name Hattie Mae is a coincidence. She has the same first name as the actress Hattie McDaniel from Gone with the Wind. Anyway, he impersonates the real Hattie Mae in hopes that he could capture escaped convict Lester by getting close to Lester's ex-girlfriend Sherry, who just so happens to be Hattie Mae's daughter. Malcolm achieves his goal in solving the case and falls in love with Sherry. The movie is still mostly used for laughs though. A character transformation doesn't happen, and Malcolm is still Malcolm by the end of the movie. In Big Mama's House 2, Big Mama returns as a nanny for the Friller family to closely investigate the father. Big Mama uses her no-nonsense, strict and loving ways to save the dysfunctional family. In the end, the case is solved and the family's lives are better because of Big Mama. So do you guys notice the difference between the first and second movie? Alright, so third movie, same premise. Malcolm goes undercover to recover a flash drive that can put some criminals away. Big Mama this time is a house mother at the all-girls art school. Big Mama once again uses her no-nonsense, strict and loving demeanor to handle the bratty girls while also solving the case. So earlier, I said that the black minstrel shows never gained the same success as the white minstrel shows, and that can be compared to this situation. Who really benefits from the ghetto black female persona? Usually it's the movie studios, the crew, the cast, the black male actor, everyone except the actual black woman. There are actual ghetto black women out there who don't get the same success as their male counterparts. Black female comedians aren't given the platform to make money while being themselves. These black male comedians put on a costume, embody the ghetto black woman, and when the cameras are off, they take off their makeup, the dress, their fat suit in some cases, and collect their check, much like the white men in their minstrel shows. To further the point in the black female persona only being used for laughs, white male actors like Cillian Murphy, Johnny Depp, and Jared Leto are given the space to expand their acting range when playing or dressing as women in movies, and some have won Oscars for it. There's a wide range from Jared Leto to Adam Sandler in cross-gender acting movies. However, the same wide range can't be found in cross-gender acting movies with black male actors. Well-known black male actors like Denzel Washington, Sterling K. Brown, Samuel Jackson, and others who fit into that type of category are not in those types of movies. Their problems with Hollywood may differ from black male comedians. They may have dealt with other problems, like Hollywood trying to typecast them as a black gangsta or as a guy who wants to make it out the hood. To black male comedians, wearing a dress just becomes the price to pay for success, which some of them are willing to do. Movies like these aren't as popular as they used to be due to people realizing the racist and sexist undertones. However, it is more popular on social media, and it being blackface still applies too. Black male Instagram comedians do the same thing while their female counterparts don't get the same success. Or in general, a black woman is scrutinized for being ghetto while it becomes a cash grab for the opposite sex. Honestly, to me, the trend needs to die, and black women deserve to be themselves without being picked apart by the media and judged for their personality. More discussions regarding the mistreatment of black women by the hands of Hollywood and the media need to happen. So that wraps up this video essay. Please let me know your thoughts. Did I leave anything out? And any constructive criticism is much appreciated. Bye!